zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The tackle that time by Zach.
I could trade you a 90 overall receiving dial back.
But not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Freeman. He is going to be stopped.
Would that be someone that interests you?
So he loses
on a
now third down.
On a scale 1 to 5,
he's definitely one of the better linebackers reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I had 3 kick return touchdowns from last year. He's a good player. I like him. But I'm only. Yes, he's a tailback.
You got a name?
He's 27 years old. Yeah, his name's Giovanni Bernard.
Oh.
A free 5 yards.
What do you mean,
as the defense jumps.
I spent all last year upgrading running backs.
But it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
What do you mean,
And they still need 6 yards here on third down after the penalty.
Yeah, hold on.
From the shotgun, Ryan connects with Sanu right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I have Wayne Gallman, who's an 86 overall. He's 24 years old. He's got quick development.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence. When in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young...
Oh, you need another running back. If Lamar Miller goes down, you have a 60 overall running back, and that's it.
YouTube.com/MikeNiger.
I'm on your thing. I'm subscribed to you.
You sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division,
you have a playlist called Shower.
Is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt.
Is that all beat off material or what?
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And we'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
I don't fuck with you.
Back on that one. It leads to third down.
Dirt by Florida Georgia line.
Successful play, doesn't it? How about
Tuesday. I drink. Okay. Love going. Shake it off.
Free downfield for the completion.
From midfield now, here's Ryan.
Shake it off.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up
listen to Upchurch.
Join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Freeman again, a first down carry. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it. Because getting...
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses
I hear it.
try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Pressure in that gap.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And the Falcons score to cap it off. This is taken near the 13. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes 1 guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
You high as shit.
Come back. Down.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Caught right side, Davis. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Down. Back 22.
From the gun, here's Watson being chased out left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now a first down throw, Watson dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just... And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Yeah.
So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top.
You traded for Corey Davis?
Last season.
What did you trade for him?
I don't remember. I think a 3rd round.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my
And then you stole my right tackle, Eric Flowers.
Counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain
in the free agency. He didn't re-sign with me, and then I tried to re-sign with him in the free agents. And you signed him. You overbid me.
Because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Feels bad. Feels bad.
One thing, hit him with something else.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A strong running. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, it's Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 20th carry now for Freeman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
On first down, it's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tack McKinley. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Back to throw, Watson. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now, this is a feeling I can relate to all too well. Deflation on 3rd and short. Excellent coverage. Took away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for, the quarterback. And he used his legs to hot-foot it for a first down.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Nice.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd.
Why did I throw that?
It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
God damn it.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. It was first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start second half.
On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. And adding on to their lead, the Jaguars have scored again. Blake Bortles, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Watson on first down. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush.
Back now in Houston.
You see who got that big game?
For the 4th quarter, will begin with a kickoff following the score of the final play of the 3rd quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2.
Wait, who?
And not a bad return.
No, who is your replacement?
Amara Darbo from Michigan.
Oh, okay. I did see that earlier.
Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too. Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Freeman again. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking. On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great. And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point. Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him. Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they? So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough. Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. On second down, here's Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it down to the 32. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. Throwing again, Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. 3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've worked his way early and often in the red zone this year. And that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 21-7. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Houston. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tunnel.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tech McKinley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Watson eluding the pressure right. Oh, nice move in midfield. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From the 50, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Texans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Third and long. It's Ryan. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. Now Watson, Marcus Mariota. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.